Students, today we will discuss chapter 1 Economics, the story of village Palampur. By this story of village Palampur, we will understand the concept of the production. We will see that what things are required for the purpose of the production. First, a general introduction regarding the village Palampur, which is a hypothetical, means imaginary village, is given. After getting the intro of this village Palampur, we will focus on the production and the various factors which are involved in the production. Later on, we will also discuss that what are the farming as well as the non-farming activities, and beside these farming and non-farming activities, we will see the various things which are involved in the agriculture. Why agriculture? Because you have studied about this from the previous classes that our country India is a agrarian country or agro based country. Why it is a agro based country? Because maximum population of our country is directly or indirectly, don't say maximum, about 65% population directly or indirectly dependent on the agriculture for their livelihood. So let's start the intro of this village. The purpose of the story is to introduce some basic concept relating to production, and this we do through a story of a hypothetical village called Palampur. So why we are studying this story? The main thing or the main purpose of this story is to understand the concept of the production and how production is being done. About this we will get this idea through this imaginary village. Hypothetical means imaginary village of Palampur. So farming is the main activity in Palampur, whereas several other activities such as small scale manufacturing, dairy, transport, etc. are carried out on a limited scale. So in the village Palampur, the main activity is the farming. Beside this main activity of the farming, some other activities are also being done, that are the small scale manufacturing, means manufacturing of the goods on the smaller scale, dairy farm, transport, etc. These production activities need various types of resources: natural resource, man-made items, human efforts, money, etc. So these all activities which are related to the production that need a lot of resources: natural resources which we obtain from the nature, man-made items, some things which are made by the men. Beside that, human effort means labor, money, etc. As we read through the story of Palampur, we will learn how various resources combine to produce the desired goods and services in the village. Through this story of village Palampur, we will see that how these all things are combined together, and later on they give us the output in the production. Palampur is well connected with neighboring village and towns. So this village Palampur is well connected by the roads through its neighboring villages as well as the town. Raiganj, a big village, is 3 kilometers from Palampur. There is a Raiganj, it is a little bit bigger village, and this village is 3 kilometers away from the village Palampur. An all-weather road connects the village to Raiganj and further on to the nearest small town of Sahpur. So, all-weather road means metalled road. So, this road connects the village Palampur with the Raiganj, and this road also connects the Palampur with a small town Sahpur. Many kinds of transports are visible on this road, starting from bullock cart, tangaj, boggage loaded with jaggery and other commodities, to motor vehicles like motorcycle, jeep, tractors and trucks. So on this all-weather road we can see many kinds of the transport. Bullock cart also visible. Tanga also visible. Tanga, which the wooden cart which is drawn by the horses, are pulled by the horses. Now boggage. This is also a wooden cart which is mostly pulled or drawn by the buffaloes, and this is mostly used for carrying the jaggery, means gur. Beside that, we can also see the motor vehicles like the motorcycle, jeep, tractors, and truck. This village has about 450 families belonging to several different castes. In the village Palampur, there are more than 450 families, and that families of the different caste group. The 80 upper caste families own the majority of the land in the village. Out of this 450 families, 80 families are of the upper caste, and these upper caste people have the majority of the land. Their houses, some of them quite large, are made of brick with cement plastering, and the houses of these upper classes people, which are little bit bigger, that are made up of the brick and the concrete. The scheduled caste SCs comprise one third of the population and live in one corner of the village and in much smaller houses, some of which are of mud and straw. Now 1 by 3 of the total population of this village, means we can say 150 families are of the scheduled caste. SC means scheduled caste, two are there, SC and ST. Scheduled caste stand for the SC and scheduled tribe stand for the ST. So 150 families are of the scheduled caste, are of the Dalits. They are living at the corner of the village and their houses are very small, and these are made up of the straw and the mud. Most of the houses have electric connections. Mostly electricity is there in the village Palampur. Electricity powers all the tubewells in the fields and is used in various types of small businesses. With the help of the electricity, with the help of the electricity, with the help of the electricity, villagers irrigate their fields, and this electricity is also used for the various type of other small businesses. Palampur has two primary schools and one high school. Two primary schools are there, one high school is there. There is a primary health center run by government and one private dispensary where the sick are treated. So two dispensaries are also there. One is the primary health center which is run by the government, and another is a private dispensary.